Good morning and welcome back to Ells and Messages of Light. I was just pottering around and the downloads are coming in. You know, we're in this 11/11 portal. Very powerful energy shifts going on for us all. And if you joined me yesterday, and if you didn't join me yesterday, you can still catch my my 11/11 portal videos. So the first one was the Lemurian elders that came through, opening up our soul star chakra. That's the 8th chakra above the crown, and that's our chakra to, you know, the full divine in us. That's our gateway, our energetic gateway. That's our bridge to the heaven and earth. Then after that was the preparation for the violet flame, from gifted to us, to humanity, from the alchemist Saint Germain and Archangel Zadkiel, to transmute lower energies, you know, inside us and yeah, in the world. It just transmutes that, you know, that dark into light, that negative into positive. It's that alchemical process. It's that alchemy, sacred alchemy. So yeah, so if you joined, well, even if you didn't catch the videos yesterday, they're timeless. So the healing is timeless. So, you know, you can just pop on now and you'll still receive the healing from yesterday, which was very, very powerful. So yeah, I'm just gonna I've got 4 decks to choose from, no, 6 decks to choose from, and I've just been drawn to go to every one of them, and there's messages in every one, you know. So yeah, I'm just gonna go to When Women Had Wings first. Let's see what our angels and our spirit guides wants to say. All these messages will follow on, they always do. So they're from different decks. There's there's messages in them. And the Magician, did you see how that fell out? The Magician just came out. Now, nothing's by chance on your spiritual awakening path. You know, it's all yeah, it's all pre-designed, you know, divine plan. Now the Magician, I've just been talking about Saint Germain. He is a magician. He's the alchemist. You know, he turns that negative into positive. He turns that dark into light. He transmutes all of that. I brought in the violet flame to, well, because I was guided to, but also it transmutes, you know, that lower density energy into high vibration energy. And you know, planet Earth, it's the lowest density of the planets. You know, it's 3D. But you know, we can raise that vibration, you know, by alchemizing this energy around us and in the world. We can raise that vibration. So yeah, Saint Germain came in along with Archangel Zadkiel, and we did a beautiful yeah, sacred alchemy on us all. You know, you could be feeling the shifts of that alchemy today. You know, with Ascension, the awakening comes uncomfortable Ascension symptoms. You know, I've spoken about this on my other videos, and yeah, but you know, it's not an easy path. Is the spiritual awakening? It's I mean, it's global. It's mass awakening. We're all experiencing it. You know, some are more more further down the road than others, but we're all awakening. You know, the time is now for the global awakening, the new golden age. But yeah, the violet flame is a gift from Saint Germain, who is the magician. He is the great alchemist. He you know, he's saying we can bring miracles to ourselves by alchemizing the you know, the lower energies around us. We can create that heaven on earth, you know, for ourselves. So yeah, that was the first card came out. So the cards are talking today, and the guards are talking today. So I don't think I need to even. Oh, let me sort these cards. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think. See if a card comes out of the When Women Had Wings deck. But I think the card came out that we needed out of this deck straight away. And I'm being drawn to this card at the bottom. And that's the Ten of Wands. And that's burdens. That's burdens on your shoulder, you know. That this lady, she's pushing these burdens up a hill, and you know, she looks like she's struggling. She's going through it, you know. She's holding these wands, her arms are full. She's, you know, she's crouched over, but she's struggling, but she's pushing through. That's the spiritual awakening. My spiritual awakening 7 years ago, maybe more now, but the point that I felt that energy shift was just before the pandemic came. But I look back and I know I've been on my awakening path a lot longer, possibly from childhood. Just numbed down to things, you know, not open to it. But yeah, my clairaudience and clairvoyance gifts, they've been there from childhood. I look back now, but I've just been, yeah, the veil's been lifted, you know, the mask has fallen off now. I've done that work. I've pushed through these burdens. I've pushed through these traumas, you know, that we all carry in us, and I've alchemized. I've become the magician, and I've alchemized all that burden, all that pain, and I've alchemized it into light. You know, I am this magician now. You know, you can alchemize that lead to gold. We all have it inside us. We're all alchemists. But you know, first, this spiritual awakening, this is what wakes you up to it. This spiritual awakening is hard going, you know, it's hardcore. So yeah, getting back to the spiritual ascension symptoms, there's lots, there's many. There's a list. Headaches, dizziness, disorientation, heart palpitations, cold spots, hot sweats, yeah, many vivid dreams, astral projection. I've had all of this on my journey. I still get it. It's all part of the awakening. It's part of that raising your, you know, your vibration. It's that going into that high consciousness, stripping layer by layer, and removing these, you know, these Ten of Wands, these burdens, bit by bit. You know, you can't do this journey overnight. It'd be too much for us. It'd be far too much. You know, our human self wouldn't be able to, you know, handle it. That's why it's done bit by bit, the awakening. But yeah, these burdens, the new golden age is the alchemy. You know, we are the alchemist. They're saying we are the alchemist. We are the alchemist of our own lives, and we can transmute, you know, any dark into light, lead into gold. You know, the great alchemist spoke of that, lead into gold. Well, is that immaterial gains, or is that led into gold? You know, your true divine self, you know, transmuting all these negative energies around us, and, you know, moving into a more harmonious balance in ourselves, you know, that divine feminine and divine masculine balance. Once you balance them two energies out in yourself, that's where, you know, you can become the magician then. Once you balance all these two energies that we all hold inside us, once you balance them out, yeah, you transmute all that trauma, all the karma, the ancestral you know, karma. You transmute all of that, and you step into the, you know, the and when you saw me put this card here, you step into, okay, right, so I'm going to take this. So the death card, that's your transformation. You start that transformation. Once you start on the spiritual awakening path, that is your transformation. It's the death and the rebirth of the new you, the real you. They're saying it's the real you that resides inside of you, the real you that's been hidden, you know, from society, because society's told us what we can be, you know. Yeah, so the transformation, the death card is your spiritual awakening. It's your transformation. It's stripping away all that you no longer want, all that you know, your soul. When your soul awakes, it's time to transform. It transforms everything around you. Transforms the family. It transforms friends. It transforms every person that you come in touch with. My journey, you know, has transformed other people's lives, and that's a beautiful thing to see. You know, it's a hard journey, spiritual awakening, and you do have to, you know, yes, you have got free will. You have got free will, but for me personally, once my soul awoke, I could suppress it, but I couldn't keep it down. My soul was ready to wake. This new golden age was the time my soul was meant to wake, to help others ascend, to help others on their spiritual awakening. By me going through it first, I have the sacred knowledge, you know, inside of me. You know, I became that magician. I can help others transmute their dark into light. I can help others find their light inside of them, so they can, you know, transform all what no longer serves them anymore. So yeah, that's I'm holding my finger over the nude lady because I'm not sure on TikTok. So yeah, see if we've got any more cards in here. But by chance, you know, by your spiritual awakening happening, that's your transformation. That takes you on a journey of deep transformation. It is the death and rebirth of, you know, it's the death of your old self, and it's the rebirth of the new. What's always been inside of you? It's a death and rebirth. My death and rebirth was the dark night. That was the major death and rebirth. My cards are all back to front. Right, shall I leave them cards now? So we're all back to front, so I shall sort them out later. I'm drawn to Sweet Liability Oracle, and this is an 11:11 message for the twin flames. This portal is a very, very powerful, you know, energetic portal, shall I say. Big shift. I can feel the energy of 2026 here already, and I felt this shift coming since I started seeing the wands. 11:11, 111, even 11. And when the wands came into my knowing, and I mean like seeing them 4 or 5 times a day, the synchronicities was revving up. And the further you get on your awakening path, the synchronicities and the signs from the angels and spirit do come, you know, thick and fast. And the ones for me was, yeah, like I could feel this portal coming up. Was the major shift on my spiritual awakening journey. Let's say that. Yeah, very major shift. Still the unknown, because a lot on this path is unknown, although I do know things prior to sometimes to know things. There we go. Awareness. As I was just saying, I do know things prior to them happening. So that's my clairs in me. And the more I've worked on myself, the more I've alchemized and transformed. Just put these cards up. The more I've transformed myself and alchemized my dark into light, my pain into love, the more awareness I have had. I do have of my gifts, my spiritual gifts, and of my twin flame journey. The more awareness has come back to me about what this journey is truly being about, you know. And you have to go through the confusion, you have to go through the frustration stages, you have to do all of that, because what all that is doing is bringing in that transformation, and that transformation then brings in the alchemical, the alchemy, to alchemize, you know, all of the pain and the frustration and the suffering that you go through, you know, on this twin flame journey. At the early stages, there was not that awareness there for me, but as I have transformed and alchemized all this pain and frustration, you know, I understand this journey now. I understand it completely, what it's all been about. So, let's see. I'm going to take that one. So, love's wings, put aside differences and soar to the next level, divine devotion, ascend. And this journey's been about my ascension, my spiritual ascension, my awakening. It's been about finding my angel wings also. And that's not an ego thing. I know that I work with the angelics, and I know I have angelic qualities inside of me. I know this awareness, because of all the transformation I've done on this journey. you know, and yeah, because of that death and rebirth, I've let the old me fall away to rebirth the new me, but the me that was always there, it was just hidden. And you know, this path, it is divine. The twin flame path is divine. It's a divine, it's divinely guided also. We are very protected and divinely guided. And it's a higher love, you know, it's an unconditional love. And that's what all this this transformation's been about. It's brought that awareness back to me of this divine knowing, you know, inside of myself, this divine higher love. It's brought that awareness. Without this, without the death of my old self, the new self could not have been reborn. I could not have found my angel wings, you know. So it's all been a path back to my awareness, the death and the rebirth, to finding, you know, my wings again, my angel wings, and the qualities inside of me, you know, my angelic qualities, and you know, alchemizing all of that, you know, to find my wings again. Yeah, it's a path of self-discovery. You're discovering. See, I keep saying the new you, but it's not the new you. It's the divine you that's always been there. It's just been hidden, you know. It's been hidden from you, from the world. Again, divine timing. The new golden age is the divine timing on my spiritual awakening path. That, yeah, this transformation had to happen. It had to happen for me to find, you know, my angel wings, for me to understand that awareness of who I truly am at my soul's level, you know, and to become this magician, to become, but I've always been an alchemist. That's a knowing of, you know, my soul's core, but I am the alchemist now. I can transmute dark into light, negative into positive. So let's see if these cards have any more messages. This card says a mystery, and it is a mystery. It's a long life mystery. Like I say, I do know certain things, but then other things I have to do the you know, I have to do the transformation inside of myself to then, you know, bring that awareness back to me about this path. You know, I'm still on this path. I'll be on this path for life. You know, it's my divine path. It's my calling. It's my purpose. It says here, it does cause a whirlwind of emotions, and it is a mystery, and it does, and it's meant to, and that those whirlwinds of emotions then cause this transformation, because, you know, you don't want to stay in a whirlwind of emotions. It's uncomfortable there. So this path does send you on a long journey of discovering, you know, discovering yourself, that death and rebirth of yourself. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. This 1111 portal. So I think that's it for them cards. I think they're saying, yeah. So one more. One more. One more. Let's see what angel is talking today. The angel of love, humour, vitality. The emerald green colour. Right, so one more they're saying. Let's have a look. Ooh. Oh, that's quite funny because I did this card. If I put the deck away, this card was showing up for me, let's say. And yeah, after all this journey that you go on, your spiritual awakening journey, you know, you go into your dark night, or not. You know, some people don't have a dark night on spiritual awakening. It just depends on what your soul path is. I think we're all individual souls, and our path is our path. Mine happened to be the Kundalini awakening and the dark night, and Twinflame, and yeah, a lot of other things, you know, coming in. But that's part of the death and the rebirth process. So you start on this awakening path. You're starting on your death and your rebirth. You know, you're going into that fire. You're walking through fire. You are that phoenix rising from the ashes by the end of this journey. And, you know, that self-awareness comes in. The awareness of this actual crazy connection that you've got going on in the 5D. That awareness comes on more and more. And then you find your wings, you find your angel wings, you ascend, you know, you keep ascending, you keep pushing through, you keep going to that next level, you soar to that next level. And yeah, the whirlwind of emotions, you know, they can take you down on this journey, but what you do is you learn how to alchemize them. And it gets easier, you know. Each step of this journey, when you start the alchemy, you start alchemizing that pain into love. You start realizing what this journey is truly about, and then comes the celebration of all your death and your rebirth, all your spiritual awakening, your hard work, your, you know, the celebration does come. And this is this portal for me. This 1111 portal is my celebration. It's also, and I know why this card drops down, and I was going to say it earlier, but I dismissed it. I didn't listen to myself, but I should have done. This also is a closing out of a long 7-year cycle. Now, the 7-year cycle for me that's ending during this portal, well, actually, I felt it on the 7th of September in the eclipse. I knew that I was stepping into a different timeline that I've felt coming for a long time since seeing the ones. And it's my 7-year cycle ending and the new one beginning. And this is what the 1111 portal's about, is closing out old cycles and bringing in that new beginning. That celebration, and all of the hard work and all of the alchemy and all of the pushing through the traumas and the barriers and alchemizing all of that is leading me here, celebrating and closing out this 7-year cycle and the beginning of a new one. Although I don't know what this new one's going to bring me in, but I feel it's the start of a new beginning, a fresh. It's a reset. I mentioned this on the Violet Flame video. We've pushed that reset button, and yeah, I feel celebrations coming in big time. I feel like the energy of 2026 is my abundance timeline. It's all the hard work. It's all this death and rebirth, and the you know, me becoming the magician. It's bringing that celebration to me. It's bringing that abundance towards me. Yeah, happy days, it says on here, and I feel that shift into happier days. I've felt it for quite a while. This 1111 portal is my gateway to happier days on my twin flame journey, and also on my, you know, my own soul spiritual journey. Because yes, you are connected to another. That's it, the same them cards now. And I want to move on to Mary Magdalene cards, and the cards are really choppy today. You are connected to another. You know, your soul, your one soul, two bodies. But you are on a soul journey yourself. And you know, if you're a twin flame, you ultimately feel like you're on this journey on your own in the physical, but you also know in the 5D you are always connected. So guiding each other, supporting each other, even if the physical doesn't look like that, it's an illusion. You are always connected at the heart chakra, the soul, you know, that frequency. Very rare you hold the same frequency. Okay, now I'll just split the pack, and Mary Magdalene wants to speak, and it's the number 1. So the wands, we're in the wands, you know, we're in the 1111, 4 wands, very powerful. Also the universal number 9, you know, so very powerful energetic shifts going on for planet Earth, and that's how it's meant to be. We're meant to be in the, you know, we're in the new Earth, we're new golden age, you know, we're bringing that back. It is back, you know. But yeah, my true voice shall be heard through the women of this world once again, for I am and thou art too, Mary Magdalene. And I speak about being a divine feminine in my twin flame connection, and that's a knowing. I am divine feminine energy in my connection, and you know, divine feminine energy, it's rising, and Mary Magdalene is bringing this message back to us, and this is why I found the Mary Magdalene oracles, and it's also why I found the lady that channeled this message from Mary Magdalene. And you know, the lady that, yeah, these oracle cards came from, she's had a profound effect on my spiritual journey these last few years. But I remember coming across her online very early on in my awakening. But because when you have an awakening, you have so much coming at you, you don't have time to catch your breath. Sometimes you've got so much coming through, and so many physical, emotional, mental, spiritual changes going on. You you sometimes miss, I call them golden nuggets. You miss those golden nuggets that Spirit's leading for you, you know, leaving for you. And yeah, the rose for me came through years and years ago. I kept getting the rose coming through, and that was in meditations and also in my Reiki sessions. And I didn't put the, you know, the jigsaw together at that time, but Spirit has a way of getting things to you, is what I'm saying. And one way or the other, I was going to remember my rose lineage path. I was going to remember the Magdalene. I was going to remember, you know, this sacred rose lineage path. My soul knows, you know, remembers of it. One way or the other, it was, yeah, Spirit was getting it through to me. And it was probably this last year or two. Yeah, this has come through. And also by finding this lady, that then activated my light language, my ancient language, and then that through that I am now sharing my light language for others, you know. So it's a divinely guided path. There's no coincidences on the spiritual awakening path. It's divinely guided. I am personally, I can't speak for others, but I've always felt divinely guided. So yeah, that card speaking to me. And the wands. So I think that's it for the wands. Let's have a look. Saying the verse. Let's get a verse. Getting the verse path for me. That verse path is you know, working through my thorns and not cutting them off. I've always spoke about that. You don't cut them thorns off. The thorns and the rose coexist together. They're meant to. You know, like the divine feminine energy and divine masculine energy, the two can coexist together in perfect harmony, perfect balance. There we go. So, speaking of perfect balance, oof, saucy. Spirit can be saucy. Sensuality, love, diversion, romance, ecstasy, pleasure. And this card is rapture. So, you know, you create that balance in self. You know, you can create love, you know, in self. Once you bring those two energies into balance in self, that you do create love, unconditional love. You know, yeah, balancing out of the two energies. It's quite a thingy card, that, but it says diversion. Ooh, you do have to have diversion on this path. You have to have diversion to yourself and to following the path, you know. Yeah, you have to follow those golden nuggets Spirit's leaving for us, you know, all the time. And that love returns to you, and that, you know, the love also gets given out as well, you know. I'm drawn to this card here. This is why I left all my cards out today. Emotions, healing, diversion, integrated, 11. So I'm surrounded by all my angel cards, and I've just left them out because I'm manifesting during this portal. I'm still manifesting. I'm still calling in, invoking. You know, I've got my sacred geometry around me, my angels, my cards. You know, yeah. And this card's 11. We're in the 11 portal, and it's Ariel, and it's emotions, it's healing, it's diversion, it's integrated. And going back to this card, you do have to be diverted. This card also says diversion. You do have to be diverted. You have to be diverted to healing these emotions inside yourself, to integrating. You know that the integration is, it's those periods for me when I'm integrating. I go into a stillness. I am diverted to my spiritual practice. You know, I go into this stillness to integrate all that I've been through. You need that time for integration on this path. You can't just go from one thing to the other. It'd be too much for us. It's energy. It's all energy. You know, so you do need that integration period. The Spirit will put you there. The Spirit will take you out from. Spirit will put you in hermit mode. Many times I've thought I was ready to share with the world and what I've been going through these last 7 years. No, I wasn't ready. I had more alchemizing to do. Spirit knew that, so took me again into hermit mode, away from people, away from the noise and the collective noise. And that's where true deep healing comes. That's where you really heal the heart. You know, this card. That's the truth. The alchemy. You start on the alchemy of the heart. You know, I've spoken about this. Is the true Holy Grail. You open the heart and you bring things towards you. You know, you attract things towards you once that heart is open. Everything is from the heart. Now that's not being sloppy or mush. As what my Lemurian past life, we understood the heart. We understood everything was from the heart. Its frequency, you know, its resonance. Oh, I've got 2 cards there. Let's have a look. Yeah, and this one came out. Healing is happening, and that's your spiritual awakening. So though you're in a very hard awakening, healing is happening. It really is. You know, it's bringing you. It's breaking you down to break you open, and it says here, you're not broken. You are not broken. It feels like you're broken. You are not broken. The healing is happening. And you know, it says here, expand through the extremes, trust life, say yes, open. You know, you are not broken, you're opening up. They're opening you up to a higher knowing of yourself, you know, your divine self. That's what they're breaking you down for, to be broken open. As many times on my journey, I've been on my knees, but I've just had to trust it. I've had to trust this path. I've had to trust my angels. I've had to trust my guides. I've had to trust myself. You know, I've had to trust that I'm being guided every step of the way. The angels that are watching me, you know, they're my guides. Yeah. It's all been bringing me, I feel, to this 11/11 portal. And this is the new beginning. This is the 7-year cycle closing out for me. You know, this card here, these cards I chose, they're not coincidence. That's my 7-year cycle ending, new beginnings coming for me. That's because I've done this work. I've been devoted to myself. I've done the healing. I've alchemized my emotional pain. You know, I've alchemized the dark into light, and that's when the 11s started coming online for me, and I could feel a big shift coming. And shall I get any more cards? I've got so many cards here, and I knew that's why I chose every deck that, well, not every deck I've got, but the ones I was drawn to. Any more? try an angel one to finish with. Let's see what 2026 has in store for us. Now I'm feeling what 2026 has in store for me, and it's new beginnings, big timeline shift, big timeline jump. I'm in 2026 now. I can feel this energy. That is 2026, and it's beautiful. I've been drawn to this card, be the real you, and this is my energy of 2026. Now, I am being the real me by starting this channel a few months back, I think now. But I was not fully aligned. This portal has fully aligned me with it. I'm in that 2026 energy now. That you know, that timeline jump's happened for me. I'm ready to fully be the real me, the full authentic self, you know, have complete freedom. Be my unique self, you know, with courage. Is that it? See any more? And then, oh, it's going on to 46 minutes. These readings can get very long. But Spirit wants to get this message out. You know, it's not conventional. I read from one deck, and that I just get drawn to many. But the message always, you know, follows on. There we go. This is the last one. Self-respect, worthiness. And this is the energy of, you know, a beautiful divine feminine standing in all her uniqueness, all her courage, all her brilliance, her confidence. Beautiful. She's a queen, she's a superstar, she's an angel, she's a leader, she's everything. You know, you are not just one thing, you are multidimensional. You are all of this. We are all of this. You know? Independent, motivated. We are all of this. Use this energy of the 1111 portal and transmute anything that you do not want to take with you into 2026, because there is big things coming for us. Yeah, there's a lot happening for us all, and it's taken us to a more beautiful earth, you know. And I know people can't see that now, but I've always seen it from the beginning of my awakening, you know, and others around me was saying what's going on with the world. There's chaos and there's all this stuff that's going on, that, you know, it seems like it's yeah, like the end of the world sometimes going on. It's not. It's the awakening. It's the big clean up. It's the new golden age we're all in. It's the new earth. It's that new way of loving, living, being, breaking down all paradigms, breaking down societal rules. You know, there's big things coming for us, and you just got to transmute all of, you know, what all that dark into light. You know, keep transmuting that dark into light, whatever comes your way, and be this, be the queen, be brilliant, be motivated, be that superstar we all are. And this goes for masculines too. I'm not just specifically talking about feminine, although I said divine feminine. The divine feminine energy, that's rising. You know, it's been suppressed for years, but it's on the rise now. Brought back to us, you know, through messages from Mary Magdalene. other divine feminine high masters, you know, channeled from them, you know, through me to you. It's rising, you know, but also divine masculine energy, you know, so we all have the two. You balance these energies out inside self, and you can be all of this, you know. That's that harmony, that true harmony. That's that yeah, that full sovereignty, you know, that divine sovereignty inside us all. And it's nearly an hour, this reading. Oof. I'm going to put an alert and say it's an hour. Grab a cuppa and your bickies. But yeah, Spirit wanted to talk today. Yeah, big shifts happening for us all. So be sure to tune in and follow me and share and claim and help me get, you know, my light language and my Reiki out to others. And let's start, like, you know, raising Earth's frequency. I've been doing this for years now on this. This is what Twin Flames do, and other light workers, light showers. We're all in it together, you know, we're all one. So yeah, let's support each other and you know, let's get this energy, this Earth's energy raised, this frequency, this unconditional love frequency. Yeah, and it's a new world, it's a new age, it's that new golden age. And I shall speak to you all soon, and I hope TikTok posts this video, because it takes quite a while for them to go through if they're long. I shall try and post it today, and have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.